of the VODs of this map. I'm so impressed with the way Karon plays Omen.
Yeah, I mean, he's really grown into one of his own, and it's going to be a read, but Jing's going to get the first shot and leading in numbers as well. PRX not going to pick up the tempo, though, with the counter paint shows coming out. Slows them down, and now just leaving a lurk. They will reset to explore other parts of the map. Now rotating over to Mound, they would have control of the revolving door as well.
This is huge. They get the heals off as well from Divine. So yeah, Mind Freak taking quite a bit of damage there in that exchange, but able to get him up a little bit. So the door is open, and looks like PRX is really highly considering a full-on C-exec.
Yeah, but despite the heals, of course, not all topped up just yet. Munchkin, can he get the nice shots in through? And the Poison Cloud comes up, but Forsaken, he still somehow crouches through, continues moving forward, dodges the bullets, and now Texture. I mean, it's a 2v3. No real point of waiting for backup. He's got to dwindle the numbers, but he's been checked out through that one-way. Meteor now on the backup, and PRX, they've taken their post-plant positions, 3 spread apart with crossfires all the way through. But a nice headshot from Meteor, kicks things up, and before he catches the trip, he's gonna get the second, down to a 1v1, and Texture already wrapping around. Gen G will recover the pistol round for a 1-0 lead. As the push has come through, Karon just gonna look to hold close quarters with a Spectre stuck on tree, but look at this, Gen G already aware of the possibility of a rotate back into B. Meteor, he's been blinded, but now he's got his sights back. Lakia there, but still a 1-for-1, 2-for-2 trade for PRX. Pushing heaven, picking up weapons. Texture recognizes the danger, has to keep them at bay. Now it's all 3 members of Gen G pinching onto the site. Karon takes care of 1. The double of PRX stuck on heaven. Texture just keeping them at bay until his teammates are able to pinch in. Divine gets a kill on the drop. Karon hoping for backup from Texture, and they'll both get a kill each at the same time, recovering the anti-ego.
Yeah, great patience at the end from Gen G. This is something that has made them so successful this year, is they're rarely not attacking.
Yeah, I mean, you lost a Bulldog and a Guardian, right? Bought triple Guardians there to try to really snowball things forward as both teams trying to have a bit of a skirmish to control rubber. It's going to be a late delay from Gen G. We've seen a lot of teams adjusting to this. It's going to be a high-low from Karon as well, off of all the util masking the sound. And that is Rubble taken over. No weapons dropped on the side of Gen G. Just said upgrades coming through, but Forsaken, we've seen him lurk through so early once again from Baby Door. It's gonna be a triple. Can he get yet another ace? He seems to do it every time here on Lotus. And now Gen G spread apart, having to fight solo on either side of the map, while PRX, they'll be grouping up as 3. They don't want to make the same mistakes. They want to make sure that they're there for trades. But Meteor has led them on a bit of a wild chase all the way around the site. Texture gets spotted by the cam. Looks like, I mean, Gen G, they may not have time to really activate anything here with the remaining timer of the spike.
Texture able to upgrade the gun. Cannot win the duel against Devi, though.
And it's just Meteor, who doesn't actually have a weapon either, so he'll have to go for whatever damage he can get, trying to isolate the 1v1s. He gets 1. Oh, I thought he might be able to get 2. Of course, the spike's still ticking down. It's going to be the round win for PRX.
To get up top again. PRX doesn't want to mess with this right now. They're going to wait things out, spread the map a bit.
Tries to reposition on a timing there, and something will get the peak. I mean, Munchkin recognizing that he didn't really have an exit, want to get close to one side or the other, but he will be picked off. That forces Gen G to reinforce their B site, and that's just going to leave something here as a distraction on the side of PRX. They'll even open the door to make sure that backup does not arrive onto the C site. Meteor, can he hold on to this alone? But it's going to be a perfect paranoia, and he's been surrounded. He's just trying to stay alive, but it's too many members, and now the flood of Gen G that used to be so perfect has been broken apart into just a couple drops. PRX, all
make it really difficult. You could see Meteor there just had no idea what to do on the C site. He's just trying to find some kind of safety, and there was none.
Yeah, and I think a lot of something that PRX has learned as well is that Gen G will oftentimes be prepared for those trades, right? So they don't want to take any chances. If you're going to go and has his eyes set, but PRX, they just want to pinch in. They realize with the number of utility flying into A, it's going to be a safe bet. Now Jin going all the way far back, perhaps way too far ahead of his team. No backup there, a rifle drop.
Crossfire set up.
Yeah, it looks like Gen G, they just want to make sure that they're able to pick up a couple more weapons before they go in, and look at that, a triple peak, high-low crouch as well, but now it's back to a double from the side of PRX. They're not letting this go yet. Mind Freak will spray down the remaining members, and Texture all alone with a Sheriff, can't make the magic happen this time. PRX will be taking over the lead here. Cannot combat this. He doesn't have much to work with. All his Utah already taken down, but it's Charon here for backup. Munchkin as well opening the door. They actually get fired back upon. Mind Freak is just continuing the spree. So he takes one down, and that opens up a timing here for PRX to enter the site. Meteor, can he hold on to it? No, the flash is too good. The paint shells will keep him tied up, and the showstopper will make sure no one else from Gen G can approach as Charon eventually gets taken down from the lurk of Forsaken as well.
Forsaken didn't have his gun out, and still Charon couldn't quite get him in time. So tricky to deal with. And the showstopper comes out, and Forsaken's already lurking on your back lines. Ooh, the dink through the wall there by Texture.
Doing some damage, but there's just so much to get through, and you don't have much space to work with. Lakia will still be able to fire back against Jing, but a lot of that timer's already run down. The spike ticking away. They're still going to go for it. Prowler on pressure for Texture to run in, seemingly want to take advantage of that low health on the dink. And it's going to Texture. He lands just onto the tripwire, and at this point, Lakia, he doesn't have a way out either, just trying to fight for his life, making sure that they do not chase. And it's just the lone Vandal saved up. Forsaken on the hunt. He knows that he just has to try to go for a run and gun, but will not greed for it either. Stabilizes at a 4-2.
In their defense on this. Now they're going to overstack C, kind of expecting that this has been where PRX feels like they have a good read onto Meteor and his positionings.
Yeah, but backup all arrived, right? And this is even with that snake bite to try to bait them out away from A site. It's going to be Texture who's trying to make sure he blocks him up, but he's a little too scared to fire the first shot. Wants to line him out, and that gives time for Jing to turn around for a double. Uncharacteristic of the star duelist of Gen G to hesitate on the trigger. Let the round slip away. Charon, the rookie, last one alive, and Forsaken continuing the jiggle for another round win.
Well, they're just dumping utility when they know they can get value out of it, and that's been really powerful. Big hit, trade, Meteor, and
the
Charon.
pinch as well. Mind Freak trying to stabilize, but eventually goes down, and PRX really choose to stay and fight on and make sure they don't let Forsaken know of their whereabouts. Spike plant heard by Meteor. Going to enter onto drop, and it looks like it's just
back pocket. Lockdown gonna have to be invested.
Well. I mean, Gen G, they really want to make sure that they don't get pinched from the flank as well. They are prepared for everything, and Lakia with a snap on, but something with a flick to answer back. And now the lockdown goes through. Still not enough time, though. The defuse already started, so some heroics from something, but a desperate round win for Gen G.
And I mean, consolation prize, I suppose, for PRX is you got him to use two big ults.
Trying to bait this out. He knows that this door is open for a reason, and now they execute on through. The revolving door is going to happen.
Wow.
Jing sends it, uses the showstopper as an extra boost to move forward, dodge all the bullets, and the site has just been broken open. So we do see a bit of a trade near Baby Door, but something is the guard. Can you get through him?
No idea.
The barrel. No idea. Lakia still hidden right by it. They sniffed something, but not how close enough it was. And now the retake. Gen G, 3 members ready for the flood. Lakia just trying to draw a lot of aggro towards that Baby Door side. Draw them out into the open. Mind Freak going for a bit of a Hail Mary with the from the shadows. Meteor going to stabilize the shot first. But now the pinch. Gen G, they hear his shots. And it's going to be a peek out from Texture, but he gets taken down. Mind Freak still going for it. Half already done by Munchkin. The defuse, they just want to try to stick it. But the spam's coming through, it's ticking down. You have to stick it now, and he's pinpoint on for the headshot, and Devi will clean it up.
This is even going to be in that destination.
Oh man, I love this from PRX. Anytime Gen G is weak on their buys, it's going to be Meteor who's targeted, but you can't count this guy out with single shots. He'll take down 2. It's going to be the Raze and Sky down. Something also taking a big hit.
Forsaken looking for the pick off the ping, but not quite able to find himself that kill. Plant going to be able to come down. Switch to the Vandal.
Oh, with the classic. Woo. Oh, takes him down. That's a rifle upgrade. Now Forsaken's lurk. Are they ready for this? They have no idea. Forsaken, he'll just take the 1 kill. He's happy to buy time to try to bring home this round victory. Tries to flick up, but that's a tough one. Lakia will be able to find that kill. Mind Freak dodges, and he won't be able to connect to the second one. Munchkin picking another with the Sheriff. And it's going to be the Thrifties. The last couple of rounds of the first half. PRX still leading 6-4. Something dashes ahead of Rubble, takes all this space, and he's ready for it as well. Sees the tag, sees Lakia getting hit right through the Toxic screen. No idea what hit him. And now 2 members of Gen G still on the A side. But a lot of risk, tries to take the shot, but he's a little too late, only hits the Trailblazer, and another swing out, but Texture, good for another. Oh, that's going to be the double blast back, completely draws the crosshair away, and PRX seems to have good control of this A site once again.
The reaction protocols from PRX are so good. Right on the back of that Trailblazer to try to set something up. Yeah, he dies, but immediately Jing satchels past the operator, knowing that he's stuck in place without using satchels of his own to get out. There's no quick out for Texture there, and Jing and Forsaken take perfect advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely an honest moment of, was it a burr, was it a plane? No, it was Jing. But by the time he figured that one out, we haven't seen this in quite so often.
I know. Lotus has been a super defender-sided map, but it is going to be the team ace for PRX. They will claim a 7th round, at least stay positive in space. Already trying to see if they can clear this open.
I mean, it's as if they have a hard read on this off buy, right? The force up, seeing that the weapons probably are all over the place. We just have to make sure we don't run into the operator, nor any of the amazing ultimates on the side of Gen G. Nightfall gets used. 2 members will dash out, but something gets ahead of it. Doesn't need audio when he's up in the air, and it's going to be the showstopper trying to keep the rest of PRX at bay, but Jing jumping forward, gets a lot more kills, and now just Meteor left alive. Picks up the operator. He's always been good for 1, but can he be good for 3? Not even a single kill, as it will be an 8-4 half for PRX.
The A-site get the info for a retake potentially, but it looks like it's going to be another brawl right at the front of B.
And they'll run into each other right away. The guiding light, it is going to be antied, and there's a paranoia, counter paranoia as well. Do they recognize where it came from? No, they're going to spot Mindfreak a little too late, and their crosshair is shaken up by the boombot as well. Double kill for Jing. The answer back from the door from something as well. The backup is there for PRX. Now a
is just going to keep right at their heels, right behind them. Now Laki is watching it. Is he going to be able to get it? Nope, that's spiked down too.
Not quick enough, and Munchkin, he's afraid of the flank now, recognizing that they're pushing him from behind. You got to be afraid of where's Forsaken coming from, because surely it's going to be a pinch and a wide swing. Something's been loving those here at VCT Pacific. They don't have too many left. PRX are only 4 rounds away. We've been seeing the outlaw a lot from Jing. He misses the first, he misses the second. He's in a bit of danger now. He's got to run away, but something is there with a Vandal. Genji, you did not account for this one. The hate shells will knock Jing out, as Jing wanted to greed for another off with a reload, but now back up a ride from Devi. Genji, all their eyes set on something. He's trying to draw aggro. But it's going to be Meteor who's just checking. There's the jump peak, but it's going to be Devi who swings out first. And now just trying to spray down the close members. The classic comes into play as well. And Devi doesn't need the PRX buff. He'll Cypher setup though on C. That's going to be their next obstacle.
Yeah, it's going to be the kind of go signal for PRX to start pushing the rest of the map. I like what PRX did here, really trying to hide. Their setup.
Stunned.
Oh, they got him.
Trying to creep forward, but it's just not enough, and something clears that. And Gen G, they wanted to rotate back. They wanted to plant something in C, but now they'll have to just start to walk in and clear all these traps. They have no idea where Forsaken might be. They're creeping forward. They thankfully will clear out the Cypher, and now taking over the site. It's going to be a quick surround by PRX. Revolving door and something now from Defender Spawn as well. Trying to clear the angles. He draws the side of 1, and that's going to be the cue for the rest of the team to start pinching it forward. Devi trying to draw aggro, but he goes down. Now a 2v2. Gen G, can they win the duels? It's going to be Munchkin who wins 1. Now a 2v1. Mindfreak, he gets 1. Can he get the second? The spray down not quite landing. And Munchkin finally gets 1 more on the board. Are they ready for the close hold though? So audio may not matter as much. The DK is going to be something they're looking forward to, trying to hold them, bottleneck them in tree, and so far PRX succeeds just a bit. Devi trying to bounce back and forth. He gets sighted first, and Texture with a nice flick back around. He clears the entire site on his own alongside his trusty Boombot.
Back on track to potentially make this a competitive map.
And that's something that really carried Gen G forward and impressed a lot of people around the world, was that the Texture goes in. Does he send it? The showstopper. It's not checking drop just yet. He's not wise to it at all. His teammates are going to start to funnel in. 1 gets seen, it's a burst, but only 1, as Forsaken wonders where the double peak will be. Gen G thanking their lucky stars on that one, as they haven't taken too much damage just yet. Texture holding close from heaven, but I'm not sure if he was spotted by the Trailblazer. Not at all. He's hiding right behind the tungsten screen. He counts for 1. That's 1 down. Tries to hide back into it. Jing goes way far. The showstopper not finding its target. Texture's still alive. He stabilizes for another kill. Divine freaking this short. He won't find its targets just yet. The Nanoswarm keeping them at bay, and Gen G, they've got the post plants. They've got the angles. The Nanoswarm will be cleared by Jing. He's quick on that, but they have to push. They have to get kills. It's a 2v3. The spike is ticking down, and they are just getting pressured as Meteor gets yet another kill. The paint shells, but Jing only 8 HP. Gets 1 kill. Can he at least drop all the weapons? No, it's going to be Lakia who will get the last kill, and Gen G follow up to 7. Is 3 going to be enough for PRX, as we do see the spray coming in through the smoke. Nobody close. They still haven't cleared the second trip, but it's going to be something that draws the aggro first. Forsaken good for a double. Jing still alive on the site. Something trying to bounce back out as Jing flies forward, but Texture, he's just going in through aim training as all these targets fly at him. 1v2, can he get the clutch? He's already been spotted. He's going to plant with the help of the pink shells. Finds one, doesn't have time though. He has to stick the plant. Will he have it? He stops it. Divine knows, and he goes for the peak. Texture with the ace, and once again he drags Shenji out. Go anywhere. The immediate call comes out. They've been spotted, and something follows through. You have to watch out for this. PRX, when they see an opening, they will not let go. They will drag you back. But Meteor says, welcome right into my arms. The rest of his team is creeping into the site. Guiding Light comes out. Genji has to make a decision. The call comes out to try to reinforce, but Meteor up on Lotus, their map pick. This best of 3 in stage 1. Tapping the spike, mindfreak recognizes the members, but Meteor's there for the flank. That's a 4K now. Outlaw picked up for Jing. He'll try to do what he can, but it's only got 1 shot left in it. He can't go for the double, and Munchkin will clean things up.
The Viper's been in the lockdown, so a lot of counter utility play. Genji this time going to be taking mountain control with a TP in the back.
Paranoia out, but he's not going to land the shot. Divine will stop it, and that should stop the advance from PRX entirely, as Jing will slow things down just enough for something. He's thinking about peeking out of this revolving door. Off of the Guiding Light as well. The team comms are right back in form for PRX.
You found a little bit of damage on Texture, maybe. Okay, Meteor.
All right, Meteor. He's definitely had to play Jing a couple times before, but Charon goes down. So much damage on Texture. Took a big chunk earlier as well. Now, so Genji will let the round pass. 10-11 score line. We'll have to take a look how this impacts the next round. Take over Rubble, and PRX, they want to punish it this time. It's going to be a fast push out. Meteor, he's good for 1. He makes the dash go away from the other. And now the backup has a ride for Genji as well. They've cut off the forces pushing out of B main. And Meteor, if he can get that kill, if he had gotten it, the map opens up for Genji, but something will back off. Timing. It's going to be the Odin pressuring, seeing if there's a reaction to smoke to help hit the tripwire. The Boombot will take the hit for that one, but the Nightfall, it's going to force Forsaken. Now, does he stick around? He tags one with the cam, makes sure that they don't approach, and that buys him just enough time to try to get away. Still no audio, and he has no idea that the rope's been taken. Busy with the reload on the Odin. Mindfreak takes over drop. Spike already planted though, and Genji set up for the postman. Texture, a bit of a curveball, the wild card. Something might have seen him because he catches the barrel, chases him down, and immediately swivels for a second headshot. And now it's just going to be Meteor and Munchkin. 2v2, but the health not on their side. Nanoswarm buying time. The second one has to be launched right away. It's a lot of time bought. They couldn't clear it in time. Half not done. Now switching up that position, trying to push it. They actually just get it with the spray, and if Munchkin can't get it, it's going to be Meteor, who's just buying time. Still enough for Mindfreak. He tries to turn away, but Munchkin finds a sliver of an angle. They are tied up.
Anticipation of the pressure, dealing with it, then working the map nicely. Here we go, fast hit now out the open.
And just right through the screen for Texture to pick up a triple. PRX, they tried to adjust, and Mindfreak's holding on for dear life. If he gets a third, it's a totally different story. Now a 1v2 for Forsaken. Can he do it when PRX needs it most? The setup all the way on C site, but the lurk from Meteor, it's faster than Forsaken might expect. He has no idea, and it's going to be the kill. 12-11, map point.
But maybe get an orb as well. Get that Blade Storm going.
Nice clear on the side of Mound, though. So now PRX, they know for certain as his door is open, that it's going to be an A hit. Forsaken, does he look for a timing? He creeps in. He hears the Cypher cage, but that's just bait from Munchkin. The absolute 200 IQ play. Baits out the Cypher. Jing trades for something, but they've already lost quite a few. Divide trying to clear the site. Spike still not planted. The showstopper will have to be used by Texture to make sure they have enough time. 3v2, not quite just yet. Drop going to be filled up by Jing. It's going to be a pinch from PRX. Mindfreak's creeping up, but the barrel shows as Lakia turns his head. Texture gets the kill onto Jing, and Mindfreak knows he has to get it, but not in time. And the IGL of Genji will close out an insane
make sure that this plant goes safe, but Gen.G trying to figure out exactly where they're going to come from. Looks like mostly from their side.
Yeah, they're all just going to cycle back through screens. Now, something about the Sage, well, obviously very good in the pistol, but in general as well, it should be very good against the double flashes of the Gecko KO, as you still won't be able to fire through all the angles. Something just going to get a blind kill through the smoke. That'll dwindle down to numbers, and a lurk already in action by Devi. We'll keep our eye on that on the middle of the map, as he's already cycled all the way through, but the wingman's still going. That snakebite ain't taking away little bro anytime soon, and we've seen this too many times where this force bite comes out with the half armors from PRX. Surely they suspect an outlaw when it's Gen.G with Texture and Meteor. So we'll see what ideas they have. It's going to be a high pop flash from the KO. Texture just throwing out the Paranoid to buy more time. Allows him to reposition a little bit. Something with the hard dive in with the dash, but Munchkin already there from behind the site, and Texture gets another with the Outlaw. Mindfreak's already close with the Stinger, and he's going to be able to kill Texture. Not able to stabilize in the smoke.
Spike planted.
And the spike will be planted. It's surrounded by the walls. Lakia finds the scope of one. Mindfreak going down. And Jing all alone. Stinger in hand. Judge and Bulldog to work with for Gen.G. It's going to be the Dizzy that's used to clear away from Heaven. Now creeping in from Charon. The Judge actually gets the kill from about medium range from down below. And we will see Lakia pick up a nice quick 1 point away from that null command. Now they will back up the utility, letting Gen.G know that this is an execute onto the site. Texture's holding close. He gets spotted by the dash, so he's going to have to buy time as Munchkin will take out one of the Paranoia for support, but it's going to be PRX that just absolutely overwhelmed Gen.G. So he will go for another plant. This time, no Sage left alive, so no wall to block off the lines of sight. Meteor takes advantage of the long range, picks off the Viper, forces away something with the Nano Swarms, ready for the trade as well. Forsaken eventually wins out, but that gives time for Gen.G. The rest of the forces to push through. The Thrash will clear out all the areas, finds him, and he is detained. And forget any sort of disrespect, they will just be going for the defuse. Lakia barely lands it by Gen.G. They're going to push forward. The Dizzy tags him as well. They're ready for belt push, but Texture not able to get the kill just yet. So down to 4 members, 4 rifles for Gen.G. A dash in, but something, he's been surrounded. Lakia tries to push him, but something's just waiting for that opportunity. And that allows the rest of PRX to try to swarm the site. Munchkin and Meteor holding true in the back of sight, trying to isolate the 1v1s, but they can't get in. The null command will just go down at the back. Charon not able to res as Munchkin eventually gets taken out. A 3v1. Charon, the rookie star, quiet in the first map. Can he find an opening in the second? Gets pinged, uses that against him, isolates one. Ready for another, goes for the repeat, but can't find Forsaken, already waiting wide away.
Down, but it's been very chaotic so far. Obviously, we haven't seen Icebox from PRX in quite some time. This push out, Forsaken, good for one, and out we go. Munchkin is nuts. How is he always so good with these guns? He's one taps.
Especially on Icebox as well, right? There's something about him. Turns that switch on. Tries to stabilize a 4v4. Texture will recover that weapon now, and that could be the deal breaker. But no, Jing just shuts down right away. And Gen.G, despite having a 3-1 lead, of course, the econ very low. Munchkin gets the kill from afar as we see extra damage coming in from Charon with the right click. Now just trying to retake some space, but with the rifle recovered, when does Gen.G call for the save? Try to bank up some econ once again. He's ready for it, sees the leg, and he will swing right back, trying to clear both corners at the same time. That might be the opening they needed. Charon eventually goes down. Munchkin, does he get the call that someone's close? Might have caught a glimpse of him, and he's going to get 4 on for the ace, but he needs to defuse the spike as well. Not sure about the position, waiting for Devi, who's oftentimes lurking, but not going to find him just yet. Devi will tease him with the timer. Munchkin just wants to take away the weapons one last time. It's time for a fast rotate to either site. Texture holding A with the off. It's going with the Nano Swarms. And the null command comes through though, so it's not going to be allowing the Killjoy to hold on to the site any longer. Meteor actually backs out just to hold an angle, sees the gun barrel. The spike will get planted, but it's going to be Gen.G, who already has so much space and a numbers advantage, 4v3. Now the alarm bot goes off. They know that they're still bouncing around the entry from green into the site. Yellow not cleared yet for Gen G. All of them grouped up. The paranoia goes all the way through. Should have hit something, but they can't find him right around the edge just yet. And Meteor, he's still running and gunning when he swings around. Something will barely get that kill with 28 HP. The snake bite clears it right at the end and the pit, but it's right up against the wall. The spike should be easy to spam through. Little bro tries to go for it, and Lakia swings out to assist the little bro, and it's going to be Wingman. Still so much utility used by PRX. Gen G will respect it. Paranoia early to retake the site. Something should be wary of this. The Wingman clears the corner, and Lakia swinging around already. Gets one kill off the top of Nest, and that's the forward position for PRX cleared out. Forsaken now wrapping around. They want to protect the pit, and it's going to be an all-out brawl right outside the pit as we see Gen G continuing to get the kills. Forsaken not able to pick up an upgrade to the weapon. Only Mind Freak left, spiked down outside of his comfort zone, and it will be defended by all three members of Gen G. A Hail Mary push out as the pit goes down, trying to recover it, trying to isolate the members, but Lakia is still around the corner. No time left, and it will be the round for Gen G as Mind Freak will get a consolation kill onto Lakia.
It's everything in the kitchen sink thrown at this round by PRX.
Just yet.
He's just going to be holding that angle. Actually, he's going to try to push it.
Oh no,
so
the pop
dangerous.
flash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and he baits out the weapon sound as well, so gets the information he wants. Meanwhile, Mind Freak was already all the way up tube. Meteor takes a bit of a hit. Divide there. They didn't quite suspect two members in mid already. Munchkin wanted to get him on the exit, and that gives PRX the idea to try to push back up. Meteor's wise to it, though. Dwindles down the numbers, and Mind Freak now another curveball going under tube. Planting Forsaken back in tube as well. PRX, they're continuing to keep control of mid. Nanoswarm used to allow for Lakia to hold a little bit safer on the side of yellow. Resurrection by Jing.
Yeah, and you got to be real careful here as Lakia. You have a Thrash, so you're a real big piece of this puzzle.
Well,
never mind.
You say that, the caster Chris strikes, and he'll go down without much of a fight. And PRX now have control of this site, but Meteor trying to defend his own lockdown with his life. Can anyone get here to make sure that it's going to be PRX trapped into this texture? Will clear the enemies, but something pushes out just in time. Kitchen taken over by Devi. And Texture, it's too many angles for him to try to clear with an operator, but he's still going to go for it. Already posted up in Snowman. Doesn't catch something up top. Doesn't catch anybody else up top either, and Devi will swing out on a timing. Have to look for headshots. This is all really, once again, a trap play, and we've seen Gen G rely on this every now and then if they wanted to throw a curveball. They're actually just going to try to swing out. They don't want to let PRX approach. They know PRX would check the corners, but they won't find the kills. And it's an attempt from Gen G, but it's going to fall flat as there is the aggro drawn by something. Great teamwork from PRX. Wall goes up, spike goes down. And that should be the round as Munchkin sitting solo close to the wall with a Sheriff. See if he can get a cheeky kill or two.
Hoping that maybe Jing is going to go up the rope and get a freebie.
Restraint from PRX. A rare breed indeed. Oh my gosh. Attempted the 3K. Point should tag Lakia as well. So in a little bit of trouble. No command immediately to make sure that there is no utility for backup. And Lakia trying to make sure he goes for the anti-flash. They actually just don't check it up top. Munchkin draws the aggro first, and it's going to be 3 members down on the side of PRX. Gen G only taking damage on the side of their Gecko. So that takes away the Thrash, but it's going to be enough for the rest. They will get pressure with the Fragment as well. Now, the Spike absolutely getting planted with the Pit as well. What's the answer? Is there still alert from Devi on the A side? See if that finds a good timing on the side of PRX. Meteor sitting in the pit, waiting for his teammates to pressure everyone else out as Karon has eyes on the Killjoy. Kept him locked up in mid, and now Gen G, they go for the retake. The Thrash comes out, trying to funnel everybody out of the pit. It's going to go land with the Paranoia out as well. Did they even hear the defuse with the Paranoia? Not quite sure. And now it's going to be PRX who has to flood the pit itself, but it's going to be the defuse that already goes through.
Showing a little bit of some of that rust, some of that lack of coordination, you know, with Jing coming back into the roster. Karon, oh boy.
It's going to be a lot, and they check the corner, but not quickly enough as Karon gets 2, and that should be enough to slow things down. Paranoia keeps Jing at bay. Lakia already under tube. Wingman clearing close, but Texture goes down from afar. Mind Freak will equalize the numbers. Meteor picks right up where Texture left off, and Jing has to heal They should be aware. The resurrection comes in and Divine tries to go for the trade, but it's a double stack. Lakia and Munchkin will clean things up, leading 8-4 at the half for Gen G.
The site for free. Can they kind of turn the tables? Last time it was the defenders who were able to get this, but it's a much faster retake attempt here. PRX already finding one. Munchkin down, the trade from Mindfreak as well.
Yeah, the flank coming in very fast. Gen G wasn't quite ready for that. They were peeking out, but it seems that they were a little bit caught off guard. But a good angle from Texture. He'll still alive with 27 HP. See if that's the deal breaker as Charon swinging around. He finds one. Lakia's going to pick up the kill. Goes for the trade there. And Jing, everyone solo. Mindfreak's actually going to pick up the headshot onto two. Lakia and Charon goes down. Texture still at 27 HP. Devi at 89.
Oh my
He gets
God.
spotted up top. Texture, hear the drop, but he can't land the headshot as there's a slight ramp down. And Devi will get the kill and the defuse.
Yeah, as much as the beginning part of that round looked kind of similar, it was a much faster retake from PRX. As soon as
Lead on Icebox.
no force buy from Gen G. So things kind of looking a little bit more normal, but Munchkin, these tricky positions, are they going to be accounted for? He gets hit through the
Grating,
grate,
yeah.
the grate of that fence.
Just barely stays alive. Had to go for the left clicks as the right clicks also would have just hit the grate as well, but it's going to be Mindfreak. Swings out, well aware of the lurk-in from Meteor. And Wingman not even going to get the plan, and it looks like Gen G perhaps losing a lot of that value. Texture will pick up a kill. Mindfreak not quite aware of Charon's position. Nice to regain a bit of an angle. Texture gets another at long range around the poison cloud. It's a swing out from Charon. He waited so patiently, and he's able to try to hold control of the site. And Texture with 30 on the Sheriff. Backup as well. Flash drives at the ready, so is the frag when the toxic screen comes down. They were waiting for this moment. Devi picks off one, and Gen G, they might have to reconsider things as Wingman will go in for the plant. But is that just enough? No, Lakia can't get the spray down through the toxic screen. Something will pick off the kill. Now Nano Swarms at the ready, but PRX, they're ready to push things out. It's going to be the Cloudburst, try to draw in a reaction. There's the Sage Wall, they have to break that quickly, but the swing of the wide swing, something, once again the Crosshair Magnet works its magic, and that's all the time Forsaken needs for the defuse. PRX answer right back with a threat.
Early by Lakia. Get a little, it does get the detain onto Mindfreak. He has no help.
Yeah, they're trying to chase through with the Shrouded Step as well, and Texture barely lands in time to get that kill. Mindfreak, all he could do was turn around and crawl away for his life, crying for help. But help was too far. Now Mosh at the ready, so is the Paranoia. It's a brutal trade though. 2 for 2. Now from the shadows, they recognize that everyone is here. Meteor already through tube. Does he yet? Forsaken and him. They will, okay, now they're aware of each other. Lakia catches one. The 0 point, meanwhile, pushes Meteor away from Kitchen. And Forsaken, now he has to find the remaining members. He has to clear them out. He gets one onto Lakia.
Shots ring out. Forsaken knows that Meteor's over there. And knows that he has to be tucked behind that bridge. Gonna watch it. The turret coming out.
No matter how much time is left, just going to be a set execute, but an immediate clearance of all the utility makes him think twice about this one. The Paranoia to allow Texture to dive in with the Shrouded Step. He's already under, but he gets spotted. The slow orb keeps him tied up. Munchkin will go for the trade for Forsaken with a quick double, and another from Devi and Jing each.
Want to start thinking more about this B site, more about using some of their utility to clear these angles.
Ooh.
See if they can get a plant down. Devi does find one towards mid. A lurking Meteor accounted for.
Yeah, Lakia took a hit through his own Dizzy as well. Forsaken still holding on. Wasn't quite ready for Texture to swing out, but he will get out safely. Jing finds the lurking Munchkin. PRX starting to get a pulse onto the opponents and their abilities to rotate and lurk.
Well, they're just trying to dodge all that fire, but eventually Jing is going to find him. Lakia down, only on Texture. Did pick up a Phantom in the midst of all of this, but with 61 HP. Not looking ideal, and turns just at the last second. Mindfreak good for the final kill. It's PRX up to 8. You finally get into a buy round. There's so much available. They're just going to go.
Oh, it's the wall love. I've been waiting for something like this. PRX, there's never just a clean game of Sage. It's always something tricky, and it's just a push out across the entire map. This Gen G just dropped like flies all near their spawn, never able to leave home. And PRX shuts the door in front of him. And for a pinch, Not going to have too many options.
Yeah, they're trying to get to the corner so they can get the Vipers pinned
down.
down.
The crowd instead gets spotted before the flash. A bit of a mismatch. This is not something we used to see from Gen G in the beginning of the year. But now with the Omen in the mix, they haven't quite cleaned up the timings just yet. And PRX will punish that mistake like there's no tomorrow. Wingman trying to get the tag, but it's just way too many members. Lakia will do his best something impersonation, but it doesn't end with a kill. As we see Meteor, last one alive, not able to land it onto Jing.
It's just, right now, a little bit of polish that is lacking. Oh my god.
Yeah, something just looking for an early pick. Now, PRX, they should be wary of this. They've already pushed him out of B with the 0 point. Something won't quite finish a kill here. Charon down to 5 HP. As Gen G, they will still relentlessly try to go forward with this. Wingman getting spammed through the wall. He cannot finish the plan. The lockdown already committed from Gen G, but PRX has slowed down the onslaught. And Gen G, they will have to recover the spike and still battle through this retake, along with a lockdown, a potential no command, everything in the arsenal of PRX, and it's going to be the classic aggro draw as Forsaken gets the trade, swings out for a third, and he goes for a fourth, and that is PRX taking over the lead for the first time here on Icebox.
I just love the quickness that PRX makes decisions to do things. You know, they stick around a little bit. Storm, maybe if he wants to switch to an op. I'm a bit surprised. Haven't seen one here. With all this extra money, but you don't need it when you're that good.
Yeah, might have even heard that one. Texture trying to scout it out, but something just too good on the swing. And now the flash used from Forsaken to try to put extra pressure onto Garage. Gen G has to keep clearing all of that. Meteor tries to take it upon himself to open the map a bit further in mid, but it's not there, so they continue pushing. Green, something still here. Whiffs on that first. The best chance that Gen G has had. The drop. The don't quite check for him. Lakia looking for another. Can he get a second? No. And it's going to be Jing and Forsaken. The duo. They're going to be able to bring home PRX right up to a map point. I already thought maybe that this pit to come up. He wants to strike when the iron is hot, and he'll try to swing out. They're trying to make sure that Gen G dumps all their util before they have to do anything. Forsaken trying to go for a long-range trade, but it's going to be Gen G who still just wins out in the Jing in the verticality, as we see a from the shadows from Texture. Lands all the way behind PRX, and they have to jump into the smokes as Lakia sprays down for 2. It's all up to something, and with the Blaze Storm, it's going to be so tough to try to clear this Viper's pit. Skirts around, and Charon will answer back. We still go yet another round. It's his job to hold the line. One Nano Swarm to disrupt any type of plant. The null command coming out, but it's not going to be catching the Killjoy just yet. Forsaken takes down the KO, and Mindfreak just trying to drag this fight out as long as possible. A wide swing from Texture, but Jing gets yet another kill. It's going to be the long-range hold from something, and now it's all down to Texture as Jing takes him down. 13 to 11. Entirely, however, PRX will be positioned for a potential TP as well. The teleporter, they're thinking about it. They're actually just going to jump right on in as they hear the guiding lights coming out onto A site. No fear, clearing out showers, and suddenly the position's very good for PRX. They will take a big hit from something. The high Dizzy along with the Trailblazer. It's just their own 2 comp right now, and that draws all the aggro as Mindfreak's able to sneak out from his own smoke. He's now just holding heaven. They know that people are missing. He's just trying to buy time as everyone's missing their right clicks, but Munchkin will finally land the shot. Something trying to hold on to the site, and of course, eventually it is.
Come around, a little bit of info gained.
Yeah, great flight path there. Sends it all the way through the window as well, as they had already taken over main. Of course, Hookah, the only place that's missing. Devi just going for a spray off of the drop. Knows that they have to be somewhere near the smoke. He'll wait for a little backup. It's just going to reset onto the headshot against Texture. The spike will get planted, but it's going to be Forsaken who just puts up the cove, waits for them to flood it. And the Stinger good for 2. Meteor not having his Sheriff out just in time. It's going to be a flawless for PRX.
Yeah, looking good. I mean, again, even though they give up space, PRX knows how they want to react to that situation. The Hawk to confirm, great timing from Devi. Gets the first one for free.
PRX with their own version of it. Now Gen G They're gonna wait for that high tide. Oh, and Device just waiting for it. Sykes trained, gets Lakia off the rip. Texture not gonna get tagged by it, but PRX well aware that Gen.G has not moved an inch. Just cutting audio. Texture now been spotted. He has to pick up the tempo. The rest of the team has to come through. The Thrash is going to tag a bunch of people, and Jing's gonna go for the cleanup as Texture just has to hide himself in hopes that he can recover the round.
Time again with them. They start picking the pace up after they get a thrifty.
Oh, the boom bot timing is very good from Jing, though. They sense the Trailblazer early. Going through the high tide. Texture will track him through. He gets past the trap wire. Not sure if he was spotted on the cam yet either. Meteor still waiting for it. He's not aware of it at all. Mind Freak somehow enters the Mingo. They'll send the showstopper, but they won't find a target. They have not actually gained any more space until Munchkin finally gets a kill to clear out Baths. Something with a nice answer back. Spike still not planted. Gen.G waiting to see if they can gain a little bit more control. The Cove used for Forsaken to reposition. Munchkin, he's got a weapon, but something spots the barrel first, and that's Gen.G's numbers dwindling. Spike still not planted as Karon just cannot figure out the exact angles to hold here. No weapons in hand, just a Sheriff. It's been a pistol that's really been one Gen.G can trust upon. So Spike finally goes down, wants to isolate the 1v1s. But unaware entirely of something's position as he was last seen in Ace short. It's coming through showers, and Karon has no clue as something will get a triple and Forsaken gets the defuse.
Yeah, this is a big win for
Window. But will they get the clear? It has to be a double swing. Munchkin and Meteor, they were so good on map 2, but they isolated to the 1v1s, and something swings out for the second. Munchkin and Meteor shut down. Thrash used to continue pushing out, and now they all group up. They don't want to let the fights get into the advantage of Gen.G. The TP as well, as they look to protect the spike, run down the clock. Lakia, a nice peek out against the operator, but still so many more to go. Mind Freak's position unknown to Gen.G as he creeps on the rotate.
I'm expecting Jing to blast out of here at some point. Just to try to do with it, but he's going to hold the position on top of the box.
He's not spotted. Finally, they get an inkling of where he's at. They did pick up the spike, but they all run in. And Texture barely getting away with his life, but he's got 20 seconds. And Jing somehow jumps backwards off of the opponent's blast pack and stabilizes. You called it earlier on map 1.
Ultimate in the bag. Trying to play a little bit of defense here for PRX. Have the Seekers as well.
Oh, the Bosch timing's very good. Forces him to have to clear it out from afar, and Devi will get one. Something, he's stuck behind the box. Can he stay alive? Just trying to land it, and there it's going to be a kill onto Jing from Karon, but Mind Freak's already way past as he goes for a triple. Filing out from TP. They were not aware of the re-clear from Mind Freak, and Gen.G is
so good here for PRX, where this lone player isn't overcommitting, trying to take a trade. They're waiting this out. Now there is a spam, and somehow Forsaken gets one.
Oh, and the Cove to keep himself alive as well. He repositions. They would have to push it if they want to clear, but Karon waits patiently from afar. Gets the one-to-one trade. The Seekers now coming out from PRX, leading them back into the site, and there is the Orbital Strike, does quite a bit of damage. Something, all on his lonesome. It's going to be a 2v1, but how does he stay alive in all of this? Picks up a kill as well. The chaos where PRX was born carries him through, keeps the pit at bay. Now the Orbital Strike from the other side as well. Karon just trying to buy time, but something, he's already entered the pit. Munchkin has to be aware of this, and something snaps on. Already down to 1 HP from the decay, and it's all up to Karon, and he cannot get there in time. 7 in a row for PRX.
It's just brilliant knowledge of their agents, the way to play them, how to react. This deep understanding of the game that they actually have is just incredible.
Jing peeks out right as the Poison Cloud lands. Wants to get, they are near unstoppable. Wants to get one step ahead. Take the tempo back as an advantage for PRX. Now audio cut, and Karon will use that advantage to get the angle he wants against Jing, but they haven't quite cleared something from atop the box. And it's going to be Forsaken again with another kill. Meteor with the trade. Something spotted. Karon swings back out, regaining some of that confidence that we saw from the rookie. Over at Madrid, over during kickoff.
1 enemy
2v2. Mind Freak puts Charon back in his place, and Meteor will swing around, but he can't land the shot. And the whiffs are starting to come in from Gen G as they are getting shaken up. They haven't had a tough map like this in a long time here in 2024. Immediate rotate in the works. The smoke's coming out from Brimstone just to buy time. This is just to allow them to make sure they regroup, but Devi somehow gets to spam through the wall, gets the kill onto the sky. The showstopper won't find him just yet. And now, Gen forces him away from backside. Gen G, they're not quite sure where to hold for post-plant. And there's the guiding light. It draws their crosshairs away for the anti, and Forsaken swings with it. There's a high tide. Now, all down to Charon to try to hold on into the site as his teammates are busy with the flanks. Charon gets one. Meanwhile, the Dizzy pushes Meteor away. Munchkin with a trade, but he goes down. Meteor holding on, but Forsaken's there. And PRX string together yet another for 9 on the board.
I mean, this is so incredibly well thought out here by PRX. They get the space early. They send the long.
So Gen G, this time, perhaps trying to use the timeout as a bit of a mind game, making sure that they don't actually lose the tempo. They're going to pick it up just a little bit. They've already tried to clear Hookah. They take a headshot, but it's going to be an answer right back from Munchkin. So Texture low, but something down as Gen G leads 5-4 in numbers. Texture lands right outside of that link all the way to defender spawn. Now they'll get the spike down. They have the orbital strike. They've got the tools to finally get around, but the Cove comes in and tries to fill it again, but Forsaken's ready for it. One step ahead yet again. The Reckoning will tie up Lakia. It's going to be the pop flash. He'll be good for one, but it's going to be another cascade. Vision now blurred away from Gen G. Orbital strike has to be used to buy time. The spray to ensure it allows Devi to close the gap. 2v3 for PRX. Devi, can he get the kills he needs to protect his teammate? No, it's going to finally be a 3-man win for Gen G.
For them, the fact that they come out of that and are able to get into a much more comfortable post plant. Look at him trying to hide from Mind Freak. Not sure if he got spotted or not.
He still gets one. That's the best that Gen G could have hoped for. So now a 1-for-1 trade. You heard all the TPs. Gen G, what's the plan here? They're trying to push the defender spawn, but the spike is already dropped by Lakia. He's caught unawares away from his teammates. There's the flash towards backside, and the showstopper will be the one to secure the kill. Texture noted as well. He's tied up now in a crossfire between 4 members of PRX, and Jing grunts the crosshairs, gets the kill himself, and the judge will not do anything. As Justice run around the world started to notice, right? It wasn't about individual player skill level or anything like that, but these are just soulmates now back in form, playing together, and Texture's trying to tear apart the link between those two. Jing now goes down. Gen G trying to take over the site, but they haven't quite cleared Hookah just yet. Something's still lurking around with the judge. He finds a sight briefly of Meteor. Now just trying to keep him tied up. Something will continue to push away. Spike's still not planted just yet. The site surrounded by PRX. Something trying to throw a curveball, going all the way around B-Long, but Charon will swing out, get 2. The rookie putting some numbers back on the board, trying to bring home just one more round, trying to keep the hope alive for Gen G as all 5 remaining members will hold on to dear life here on the site. Mind Freak gets one through the spam, but it looks impossible. As cold as he can get, it's just too many targets, and Texture with 3. It's going to be a 2-10 half. PRX, Charon has to make sure that he's not the one that's first spotted. The snake bite has to be good, but it's a wide swing out. But the flash actually gets everybody. Keeps Charon alive. He's going to be hit by the paint shells. Eventually has no exit. TP away. They'd have to do it on a snap as they run into more members. And they're just looking to flood. The Dizzy goes down. The Trailblazer hits, but Munchkin's good with the spam. The pop flash, but Lakia just continues to spam on a rhythm and gets 2 through the toxic screen.
Okay, maybe they could get Meteor lurking. Lakia gonna confirm.
Trying to just create some space for his teammates, but they can't quite. Oh, Charon does find sight right through the toxic screen of his own, and now the high tide comes in. Meteor's ready for it right outside of Showers. Can he get the kills? So he's trying to go through, waiting for the timing. Texture will push them away with the paint shells, trying to just make sure that they clear the plant. They do, and Meteor, he's gonna land the first one. He lands the second and the third, and it's a quad for Meteor, as they now get a 4th. G will start to have to make some snap decisions. The camera no longer giving them free control of Showers. Munchkin fills it. Forsaken goes for a swing, and he actually wins the duel out. And that's the cue for PRX to start pushing in. A long-range kill onto Heaven on Meteor as well. Texture, he's caught right in the middle of the site. He has to make sure that he clears his angles, but he can't. Lamb's already taken over as well. To continue here. So many teleports coming in. Lakia's a little scared about this one. Not quite ready for it. Chooses to go for the double-triple, but only good for 1 kill. No gun upgrade, and Charon will die to the spike as well.
Yep. Now it's starting to
taking
look
over. Waiting to see if there's a peek out, but Meteor not going to bite the bait just yet. Just waiting for backup to arrive as Karon already goes down. Tags one, that gives Meteor the first kill. In showers, Lakia good to cover on lamps as well. Spike still not planted. It's going to be a rush to TP over. Munchkin's ready for it. They see the pings coming in from the neural depth. That's one. Can he get the second? He wants to buy time. Cannot get the kills, but dwindles the numbers down. 3v2 for Gen G. PRX double swing out from Hookah. They will continue to charge forward. They don't want to miss a single beat. Something actually gets one kill. Now a 2v1 on the site. Meteor has to come in for backup. They need to get this crossfire right now for Gen G. Lakia gets one. Dizzy noted. And something. Transfer. Thrash at the ready. Sends it on a timing. Doesn't matter if he's... Oh, but he's going to wait. Jumps over it on the box. And Meteor heads up play over the Thrash. Gets the absolute read to keep Gen G alive.
The big brain counterplay if I do it like that. So nice little piece of work there. Opening trade, good for Meteor.
Oh, there's a showstopper. Can't get away from that though. This Meteor was trapped in back of sight. Now Gen G still trying to hold on to the back side. They will have control of it for now. As PRX, they try to push through, but texture and back side control for Gen G. They're going to start to pressure onto the spike. The molly already having gone down. PRX, they will have to fight for this round, and Mindfreak gets dinged. Something tries to go for the trade, but Karon gets one, and Texture gets the other. And Gen G will start to try to string together a couple more rounds.
Okay, stabilizing a little bit as Gen G. Starting to look
That's the cue for Texture to fire off once again. So all these smokes on the side of Gen G doing their job. Dizzy taken down, tries to clear the wingman. He actually gets it, goes for the blast back, stays alive. That means so much, but eventually he gets wrapped around. Now the orbital strike with the pop flash comes in, something able to stabilize the name before the cyber cage comes up. Lakia's here for backup. Now a 3v3, but weapons upgraded for PRX. Spike will go down. PRX get another lease in this round 18. Something spots the side of Munchkin on that jiggle. Munchkin as well goes for the check, but it's the spray down from Jing and Mindfreak. And now the IGL of Gen G all alone. Gets one, but can't get the second. Mindfreak with another triple kill. Multi-kills.
That might have cost him the round.
Going to be that Odin coming out just to pressure Gen G. Sure, a quick swing out, but not going to be able to pick up that weapon upgrade just yet. And that Odin is just mowing down Gen G. Devi letting them know that they will not push out Erai. Meteor would have to be a 180 flick of his lifetime to get this. He finds one, trying to spray down, but too much time. Forsaken swings out, and PRX answer back.